Good evening, everyone. Starting today here with LinkedIn for Tuesday, May 27th. LinkedIn closed up 2.97%. I did adjust this line here, just so you guys know here, it's at 160.20. That comes from this low here on this candle, 160.20. My line was crooked, but I did fix that before I started this video. LinkedIn closed today at 160.54. If we take a closer look here on the 10-minute, here we go. There's my level here, 160.20. As you can see here towards the end of the day, well, let's rewind here. This morning we did tag that level, pulled back, broke through it again, revisited here, bounced off of that level, kind of lost the level here. And towards the end of the day, we closed right above that level here. Let's take a closer look here. As you can see here, we did hover below, above, towards the end of the day, closing above that level. Back on the daily chart here, since we did close above that, I do give LinkedIn upside to this red line here. That's your 50-day moving average. I'd like to see how LinkedIn reacts to this line here, so we'll keep a close eye on that one. Next up, Tesla. This what I was calling a bearish pattern here. That is a failed pattern here, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Again, I have no problem admitting or saying, I was wrong here. Tesla, okay, I'm not sure what that line is in there. There you go. Tesla has made a beautiful move off of this 200-day moving average here. 176. Right now it's at closed today at 211.56. As you can see here, we did close above this 210.18 line that I had drawn in, and we did close above this 50-day moving average. That still doesn't mean it's bullish. I'd like to see tomorrow if it could close above this 50-day again. Let's take a quick look at the 10-minute chart here. So again, this line here I had in there at 210.18. As you can see here, we just tagged that line here. This is a 10-minute chart. Here again, and that's about it. Kudos to Tesla here. A nice move since bouncing off of this 200-day moving average. I would like to see Tesla pull back, but again, Tesla now has support here at the 50-day moving average, currently at 207.88, and you will have support here at this blue line, your 20-day moving average, which is at 198.98. I'll keep watching that one. Next up, Yelp. Yelp, a beautiful move up. Yelp today up 3.28%. The market did gap up today, so a lot of these stocks did, have a nice move up today. Yelp, I'd like to see Yelp tag this level here, this 50-day moving average, your red line, currently at 66.41. I'm sorry, 66.11. I'm looking at the wrong number. 66.11. Your other level would be this purple line, the 200 moving average, currently at 69.50. So there is some resistance here on Yelp. One thing I would like to point out on Yelp is it has broken its downtrend here, as you can see. Since March, from March all the way up until recently, May 20th here, Yelp did break this downtrend it's been on. So kudos to Yelp here, and we will watch. Excuse me here. There we go. I will be watching Yelp to see how it reacts to this level here. If we look at the weekly chart on Yelp, here's your 50-day on the weekly, currently at 65.14. You can see it there, 65.14 up here. So I would like to see Yelp take a bit of a breather, maybe here, 66.11 on the daily. The weekly is a little bit lower, but we'll keep an eye on Yelp. Next up, let's see here, Bank of America. Bank of America, I was looking for a move down to, I'm still looking for a move down to here, long term again, but again, credit to Bank of America. It did gap up today. A nice move, 3.4%. Notice how it closed above this blue line, your 20-day moving average. This level here I've had at 1539. I'll go ahead and extend that. Today's high, 1531. This level here, 1539, 8 cents off of that level. I do expect Bank of America to find resistance here at this line here and this purple line here, your 200 moving average. Bank of America could fill this gap here. I'll go ahead and extend that line here. 1593. There we go. And notice how that is your 50-day moving average, currently at 1596. So again, Bank of America, excuse me, watch for some resistance here, and watch this here for a gap fill in case it decides to fill that gap. Next up, Disney. I talked about Disney in last night's video. Disney, let me see here, closed at 83.74, up 0.5%. My level here, this previous high, 83.65. So Disney did manage to close above this line here, as you can see here. Intraday here, 10-minute chart, we did bounce off of this level here a few times. We did lose it here. We did bounce off of this 50-day moving average on the 10-minute chart. Overall, we did close above this level. In my opinion, Disney could move higher. It looks like it wants to move higher, but don't be surprised if Disney pulls back here. Just because it closed above this level today, one day, doesn't mean it's a breakout. Watch for your blue line, your 20-day, and your 50-day as support if this decides to pull back. I will be looking at or watching Disney in the coming days. Next up, YAHOO. YAHOO closed up 0.29%. This line here I've had in at 34.70. If we take a closer look at YAHOO on the daily chart, we almost tagged that level here. The low here was 34.73. My line here, 34.70, 3 cents off. As you can see here, YAHOO did have a nice move up towards the end of the day. But again, YAHOO still has a lot of resistance here. I'm not sure if we closed above this moving average today. Let me see here. Excuse me. I just messed up my chart here. 35.14, 35.12. Okay, so we did not close above the purple line here, which is your 200. But again, you have resistance here at this 50-day moving average, currently at 35.38. I'm not expecting YAHOO to make a bigger move from here. If it does decide to move up, you've got a gap here. This level here is at 35.99, which is interesting. Even number, close. I'm going to draw this line here at 36. There we go. And the low here, 36.48. I'll go ahead and draw that in. Alright, I'll just adjust it. 36.48, I believe. Yep. There we go. But again, YAHOO does have a lot of resistance here at these moving averages. You can see here, all three of those are coming together. Moving on, Twitter closed up one penny. Pretty much a flat day on Twitter. I'm not really liking Twitter anymore. I was bullish on this. Twitter is staying in this range here. At this point, watch for this double bottom at 29.51. Twitter could go lower, but watch this level here. Upside would be this blue line, your 20-day moving average, currently at 33.92. Excuse me. Amazon closed red today, 0.45%, down $1.42. The high today on Amazon was 314.63. I've got this level here at 316.49. Amazon does have a lot of resistance at this level here. Gap fill at 322.95, and as you can see here, your red line, your 50-day moving average, is sloping down into this level here. Next up, last, Netflix. Netflix, I would still like for Netflix to hit this 405.66 level. It's not perfect. That level comes from the low of this candle here, 405.74, and the high here, 406.45. My level here, 405.66. My level's not perfect, but I would have liked to see Netflix tag this level and pull back. The markets were green today, but Netflix closed down 0.88%, looks like. So I'll keep watching this level on Netflix. I do like that it took a little bit of a breather here. Notice all your moving averages here about to cross your blue line here. Your 50-day, your 20-day is about to cross this 200-day moving average, and in a few more days it should cross this 50-day. We'll keep an eye on that. I think that's all I've got for today. I'll go ahead and add the spiders here. The SPY closed up 0.61%, up $1.17. I don't see a whole lot more upside on this. Volume today was at 72 million. Better than Friday's volume, 60 million. It's still low volume. I'd like to see a bigger volume day. they could still float this market higher. I would like to mention one level here. If I look at the weekly chart here, I've got this line here connecting this high here, this high, and that takes you here to this high here, and as you can see, I'm not expecting a whole lot more on this market. If they do decide to float this market up, this is the end of May. Today is May 27th. So maybe by June we could see, I wouldn't be surprised if we tagged this level June, maybe mid-June, towards the end of June, and we'll see what comes from there. If we look at the 10-minute chart on the SPY, here's your 10-minute. As you can see here, it did struggle around this 191.49 level. We did close above that level. You could it's not perfect, but you could see we did gap up today. Again, we went up to this 191.49 level here, struggled here for a bit, pulled back, and towards the end of the day we broke that level, and we did close above that level, closing at 191.54. For tomorrow, watch this line here that I drew here, and that comes from this high here. This high here, it's not exact, but it connects to this high here. So really, if you connect this line and this line, watch for that level as some support. We do have a gap here on the SPY. Let's look at the hourly chart here. I do expect this gap to be filled at some point. I'm not saying that's going to happen tomorrow, but we now have a gap here to fill. Alright, so that's all I've had for tonight. Thank you for watching, and we will go over these charts again tomorrow. Thanks a lot.